Williams, and Massa hardly can believe his eyes when he sees him come back in front. I'm sure he would have thought at this point he was just going to run off the circuit, but yeah, well done for keeping it on. And yeah, moments after the move, this is what he had to say for himself. After the right, you have the lock-up. Take it away, Dany.
Across.
That's how you do it.
On to the next one.
Brilliant.
Steve, when you've learned English, you've learnt the naughty words. My goodness.
I blame your mechanics, but that was pretty sweet, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was, we put a fresh set of options, and yeah, obviously Williams was very competitive on the straight line, and he had DRS from Perez, and I had DRS from him, so it was really hard. It was going on for a few laps. And then, yeah, like the other overtake that we've seen, and my overtake, sometimes you do things that you really don't know why you do them, but you have to go for it, and probably you know that you risk that it will not work, but it worked, so it was a very enjoyable moment.
Do you agree with Johnny and Ant? Was that your favourite moment of the season?
Yeah, in terms of overtaking, yeah, it was very enjoyable, and yeah, obviously you could hear the joy on the radio.
Yeah. I mean, you talked about the year as a whole as being a real roller coaster. There have been some massive highs and lows. It cast your mind back to Barcelona when you had quite a public warning, if you like, from Helmut Marko about, you know, watch out, boys, because there's some very exciting young talent breathing down your neck. What was your feeling at the time about him saying that? And obviously, ultimately, on reflection, it's played into your hands because you've had a great season. You finished up well, at least in the second part.
Yeah, you're right. You know, beginning was very tough, and the expectation was very high from everyone. Obviously, yeah. Then there was these warnings, like if you want to call them like that. The STR guys been performing very well. They managed to, find the perfect also spot with the car in the beginning of the year. It was performing well. Everything was going well. Of course. They've done a fantastic job, all of them. But then, from Monaco onwards, I think it was a quite big step. And then, I was quite happy with how the things been developing there onwards. It was very encouraging. Yeah, there were still up and downs, but there were some races where, we were very close for the podium shots, like in Silverstone or Mexico, you know. And it was, you know, with the whole team, I have to say, we had tough times. I had personally quite tough times. But we've been together in defeat and in joy, so it's a good sign for the future. And now, like I said in the beginning of the show, you know, we learned how to put our expectations a bit down, and now we'll just focus on our job, and we see where we will be next year. But I'm personally quite hopeful.
Well, Destin, don't worry about it. Most people in the paddock think Helmut Marko's an old meanie, so don't you listen to a word that he says.
He said that, not me.
No, I'm just saying most people, he is an old meanie sometimes, but, well, he thinks it's motivating. Most people think he's just being a mean man. But anyway, listen, what about the head-to-head with Daniel Ricciardo? Because certainly after the podium in Hungary, and that podium in Hungary is fantastic, because from earlier on in the season, you know, and it's really turned around. Have a look at that with the points. From rounds 10 to 18, latter half of the season, you've got 68 points to Daniel's 56. And it all started in that podium in Hungary.
I think, personally for me, like, let's say the growing part of the championship started in Monaco. Also, you know, with the 4th place, it was a bit of a relief. But yeah, you know, we've been, obviously, we've been fighting for, you know, what is that, P7 championship. So it was still quite easy between us. There was no any sort of, you know, say, oh yeah, I really want this P7. Like, there was no big fights over it. But yeah, it was important. You know, Daniel is a very strong competitive driver, and it was important for me to be able to kind of be in a pace with him. So yeah, that was important.
Interestingly, though, the points weighted in the team's favour in the latter stages of the season. So obviously that podium in Hungary was fantastic for the whole team, because obviously Daniel was up there with you. Reliability was obviously a factor in that as well. That means the whole team must have grown in confidence. Mika Häkkinen actually singled you out as really growing in confidence in his mind. You were one of his drivers of the season. Do you think that's something that's reflected in the team as well?
Yeah, obviously, thanks to Mika for the kind words. I think yes, you know, we didn't have any podium for a quite long time until Hungary, and then having double podium, you know, it was quite an unbelievable day. First of all, crazy race, but we managed, both of us, to be on the podium. And yeah, it was very important for us to see, to know that we are still able to be there. We knew, like I said, after Monaco, that we are still very competitive, but sometimes it's important also to see the results, to feel it. And I think in Hungary we were able to feel it again. I was able to feel my strength as well. And it's a fantastic reward after all. After all your hard works, you know, I'm doing it for quite a long time. I love racing, I love Formula One, and to have this kind of rewards for me is very, very important.
Yeah, brilliant.